So let's start again. This is the point where we left our last lecture. We talk about the linear layout, nested layouts. We also see when we design the layout that we can have the linear layout. Inside we can have another layout, linear layout, and then we can put different type of widgets inside it. And these are the two uh, layouts that we are going to design. The first one is about the Pokemon, okay, and the second one is more like a calculator, okay, and then that is the end. So today what we will see is that layouts. So let's go back to this one. So if I just try to drag up, yesterday we built that layout game of numbers, so it is there. Of course right now it is not doing anything, but we created a layout. And the other thing is that we can detach. This emulator or the virtual device is running as a, you know, as a utility window or the settings window. We can detach it from the, so we have this emulator, and here launch in the running devices tool window. Rather than using it in the tool window, we can click OK, and then if we just try to stop it, you know, we stop that one. Yes, I don't know that we need to restart it or not, but let me check. It is trying to stop that one. Yeah, it is stopped. So now if I just try to click on that one, starting the Android virtual device, and look, it is coming as a separate window. Okay, so it's, I mean, I prefer to use it like that, not in the side windows. Okay, so now we have this application is already running. Okay, so now we want to design this one. So what we need to do, we are stick to that linear layout only yet. We are starting from the next week, we'll see how we can use the constraint layout, which is a more powerful, but it also makes things complicated as well. Okay, linear layout simple, and you need to write more code, but it makes things simpler as well. So this is our window and we want to do it. So let's go back to our design view, shift it off text view and design view so that we can see the things in the design view, what is happening. And then what we need to do here, that we need to change that top level linear layout. And then what I need to do here, let me go back. So we want a image that we want to display, and the other thing is it is more like a vertical linear layout. So first of all, what you need to do, change the orientation to vertical. By default the orientation of a linear layout is horizontal, and the other thing is we change the gravity so that it is horizontal center. Now I want to show an image, not image button, I want to show image. We have image view, and then we can say wrap content, and close it. Now we want to show some images, and these are the resources. We have a drawable resources where normally our images or image files goes. We also have a layout resource where our layout resource, this file, this XML file in which I am designing the layout, it is also a layout file, which is a resource file. We also have the MIP map, which is more like, you know, the if I just go back to my virtual device, this icon which is being displayed, so this one, this is an icon for our application which we installed. Look at I just want to go up. Yes, so this is our application game of numbers that we designed yesterday, and then this is an icon. So this is actually the launcher icon or the round icon that is being displayed inside the applications. Colors, we can define colors here. Two colors are defined, white and black. You can define more if you want to. We have a strings. This is an application name string has been defined. So these are all resources. So first of all, we need to add some resources here. Okay, so I have this. Let me quickly yep. So I have these resources, Pokemon resources. So I just copy from here and come to my application here. Right click on that drawable resources or drawable folder, and then I want to paste that. It say that where you want to paste it. Yes, drawable. Okay, so now you can see that I have these images here. Okay, and what I can do, I can just simply go to my file here and then say image source @ of drawable, because my @ strings, @arrays, and @drawable. So it's actually, we are identifying which resource we want to use. We want to use a drawable resource. The first blastwise, it show me it's very big. So what I can do, fix the size. Maybe I say 300 dp and the 300 dp. No, I want to make it 300, please. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I can put some padding inside, 20 dp. So it is just leave some space inside the layout, and we have this one. Okay, what else? Not this one. I just need to go back here. I put a line here. I put a line. So how I can put a line? Line is more like a simple view. Width match parent. Width cover the whole screen, but height a few pixels. Maybe I say 2 dp. The only thing I need to make sure that background color, if we go with the primary color, look, we got a line. Background, actually it is a rectangle which we filled with the color, so it look like a line. Okay, then I am using the radio buttons. Okay, what I need to do, close that view, self closing, and then I need to put the radio buttons. Radio button, again I say that wrap content, and I say text that I want to show, that is a blast twice, the first one, and close it. And because I don't want to make them here, I can just, okay, let it be here like that for the time being, and then I can put Control D, this one, second one, third one, fourth one. How many files we have? Images we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we have 10. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Which one is the last? Var total. And then this one is venue. So this one is Squirtle, and this one is Ivy. Yeah. Last one is going out of the screen. So what we need to do? First, let it be side like that, and then we see that. Ivy, just let me finish this one. Charmander, Ivysaur, 4 million, 4 million, then we have 4 Mander, then we have Charizard, then we have Caterpie, and then we have the Bulbasaur. Okay, so we are all. Now let me run it, because we have created it, and see what's going on. We can clearly see that our radio buttons are going out of the screen. So it means that we need to find out a way that we can scroll down so that we can access all the elements inside the user interface. It is trying to. First one, I want to show you one thing, because we just put the radio buttons and nothing is selected. They are center line. We will fix that problems. So what was happening? Yeah, so if we do that, it is actually selecting all of them. Wherever we are clicking, it select them. It is not, this is not the behavior of the radio buttons. Radio buttons are more like only one is select at one time. So how we can fix the problem first? So we can take all these radio buttons, take them out, put them into the radio group. I say width is the match parent, and then the other one is the wrap content, and then put these one here. And now we are, now the problem is they are not. Now if I just try to rerun that application, it is trying to run that one. And then now if I just try to do that, only one is selected. Okay, that problem we have solved. But the other problem is that, I mean, in here it show me all of them. Yes, in the layout it tell me that one. But what I can do to fix that problem even in the layout, that I need to put that radio group into a, what you can say, that I just try to this one. So I just create a scroll view. So again we have a horizontal scroll view, or we have a scroll view. Horizontal means you want to left and right, and scroll view, which is a vertical one. So we need a vertical one. So we say match parent, and then I say match parent, and then inside I want to put that radio groups. And the other thing that is very important to understand here, that there will be only one child in the scroll view. Only one child. This is a radio group. Inside the radio group we have radio buttons. So if you want to apply a scrolling, then normally we apply it on a layout, maybe in a linear layout which contain the other elements. But at the top level it will be only one. Okay, if we have two, it will create problem. I will just try to do that. I will put that one so that we have that code. So if I just say that I want to put a button here, not match parent, I say wrap contents, and then text is button, and not like that. I just want to put the self-closing tag, and then I just copy this thing here. First of all, it is only showing me one thing, and then if I just try to rerun the code, it will give me an error message. It will not run the code. Yes, flag. So where that error gone? Error comes here. If you look at that, this is a log cat, which is what you can say that it is logging the events and the informations from your virtual device. Okay, so if I just try to run my code again here and then see the things like that, it is trying to build it, launching in the device. It is a problem, no. So we have some informations. Okay, so let me see if I can see package name mine. So look here, I just want to find out that error. But here you can find the errors problems normally in that log cat. And the problem is that we are in the scroll view, we are putting 3 buttons, multiple play widgets or the items. Here we can put only one item because scroll can be applied on only one thing. Normally it is not a one widget, it is a layout, maybe a linear layout, a constraint layout, or a grid layout. Here we are talking about if we talk about here, we have all these buttons inside. If I just try to, here is the error, on the activity Java, blah blah blah, right on the top, yeah, Pokemon info app, and then it's unable to start the activity, and it give me the error message. Okay, so looking at the error message, we can find out where the problem is. So we are trying to locate where that problem is. Normally it is here, it say that at the activity number 17, when we are trying to create that layout, it creates an error. Okay, so if we look at all these are only the buttons which are inside our 10 buttons inside our group. So this group is inside the scroll view. So I put that one here, and now if I just refresh, play my application, it will work. Why? Only one item. Yes, that item contains another and the other things inside, no problem. Look here. Of course, it is not going out of the screen, so it is no. But let me. Okay, we can show you what we can put these buttons more 2 times. We can put these 2 buttons 2 times. And now if I just try to refresh my application, it will go down, and then you can see that I can scroll up or down. Okay, so we can scroll up and down, but that is what we have. 10 buttons inside the view group, and then we can just click on any of them and it will be selected automatically. Now this is done. I want that I change this image based on this click event. We are going to the next week, but let's finish this application first, and then we can see slides. Slides is something we can do later on. What I need to do, I need to access this image inside my Java code. I need to access these buttons inside my Java code, and then check which button has been clicked, and based on that click event, select a different image and show in the image view. But how?
You have to give tags to each.
Yeah. So we need to give some informations. What is that? First of all, this is the radio buttons. So all these are the radio buttons. Yeah. Have anybody noticed this thing? At the rate of id/main, and then we are actually trying to access this thing r.id main inside our Java code. I can write something here, r.drawable, and then dot. Look, all my names of the files. The Blastoise, Bulbasaur, Caterpie, Charizard, and so on. They are here. And look, what is showing that? They are the integer values. So what happen? What Android system do? It will take all these resources and create a class. It create a class like that. You know, if I just try to come out of here, I say a public class R, and inside I create another class ID, and inside the ID I say public abstract constant so not public private static. Okay, let me say that I just define an integer value and then say Bulbasaur and give me some value, random value. So actually R is representing this class, dot is the inner class inside the R class, and then we are, but here we are saying that drawable, drawable. So R, if I just come down here, R dot drawable dot Bulbasaur, and if I just bring my cursor here, look, not here, if I just say Bulbasaur, look here, what is saying that? It is 39,009 and it is an integer value which has automatically been assigned by the Android system to hit this resource. And if I want to access this resource inside our Java code, we can say r.drawable.this. It will automatically connect me with that. Making sense? So actually at the background, in the background, it creates this R class and the inner classes. For drawable, it has one resource. For the layouts, it has one resource file. So if I just, I want to close it down. So look at that. Here we are saying that in the R class, in the layout class, we have defined the activity underscore main integer value, and that is actually representing this layout file. Do you understand? Making sense? What I'm saying? So it has a layout file that has been assigned an integer value, unique integer value in the project only, not globally. In that project, unique integer value has been assigned to this main activity file, and then if we want to access this file, we can just use that integer value and automatically our Android system know which file we are talking about, and it will bring it out and do whatever we want. So we are saying that bring that file out, and we have the linear layout, we have the image view, we have the view, we have the radio group, we have the buttons. Create all those objects and show that layout inside our device. Okay, so automatically it assign the unique integer values to all the resources that has been designed or added inside. I have just added these files inside my project, and it automatically assign them the r dot drawable, because they are the drawable resources dot look. The other files which were already there, yes, they are there, we can access them. And then the new files that we have added, they are also been assigned the integer values. Number one thing. We also have the ID, r.id. And here, id dot, we only define the main here, this one. We are telling that this layout resource is actually now main. So I can say something like this in my Java code. In my Java code on create, when we are creating this application or creating this activity, so I can simply say that linear layout, spelling, linear layout is equal to find view by its ID, r.id.main. Now I have the object of the linear layout. Now I can change its orientation. I can change. Okay, linear layout dot orientation, set orientation, yes, set orientation. And now it say that linear layout dot horizontal. Actually it is expecting a number. Android way it's int orientation. So here it is telling me that we have the vertical and the horizontal. If I just say that horizontal 0, linear layout dot horizontal. Now I am changing the orientation inside my, I set the orientation vertical, but inside my code, once everything is loaded, I am accessing and changing it. See if it is working or not. It should go like that. It is reloading, and look, our view, that view line, and everything is going on this side. So I am accessing that object which has been created by the Android system. So if we can access linear layout, we can access anything. The only thing is what we need to do here, I just need to assign this ID, our, we can say that img underscore Pokemon. For these ones group, we don't need to do anything, but for the buttons ID, this one I say it is an RB, radio button underscore Blastwise. I just copy this thing from here and then put here. Instead of Blastwise, I will say Bulbasaur. Then I put here what? Caterpie. Here Charizard. Let me do that. I think that later on you can finish the remaining part. Okay, so now let's finish. Now I want to access these 10 radio buttons. So what I need to do, create a radio button array, radio button, what say, RB Pokemons, radio button Pokemons, yeah, we need to put that one before, and then we can say that new radio button, and then here I can give 10. So now I have created these objects inside an array. We also have an image view, so we say image Pokemon is equal to, okay, we will initialize in the here. What else we need? Do we need something? I don't think so. Radio buttons and the Pokemon. If we click on the radio button, then we can say something different. So here I can say that image Pokemon is equal to find a view. Image view is a view. Find a view by its ID, r.id.img Pokemon. Now we have access to this image, and I can just later on say dot set image resource and r.id dot not id drawable resources dot Blastwise, and it will change the thing for me. Okay, just one line. Okay, now I want radio buttons, so I just create a set RB Pokemons. I create a button here, and then I say for, I say int I is equal to 0, and I can say that I is less than RB Pokemon dot length and I plus plus. Here we can have a switch on the value of I, because we need to see that actually that value of I is 0. If value of I is 0, we can say that we can initialize to the Blastwise radio button. So we can say that case 0 and then we can say that rb pokemon sub I is equal to find r dot id dot rb underscore blastoise, and then we can break it, and then we can just copy this thing from here. Now one, that will be uh, that will be our so underscore bulbasaur. Yeah, so we have assigned how many values? I think we have only assigned 4 values, so we can have 4, 2 0 1 2, and then here we can say that rb underscore caterpie, and then charizard, rb underscore charizard. Of course, for the other 6 you can assign the values rb underscore whatever the name of that pokemon is, and then you can increase the cases here. Yeah, but just like we are initializing our image inside our own create, we also need to call this function set rb pokemons inside our own create so that it is executed. Once it is executed, what we want to do, one more thing here, that we want to initialize, we want to make sure that the first radio button is already checked. So we are say rb, once we have already done that, 0 dot set checked, and it takes a boolean value, so we want to send a true value as an input. So if I don't do that, just this line, this last line, if I don't do that and rerun my code, so you can see that it is not selected by default in the beginning, nothing is selected, but it show me the blastoise image. So this one should automatically select it. So what I do, I just uncheck this thing and refresh it. Not this one, I just need to close that one. S, Control S, rerun that application. So now we are at this point. So we have access to these image view as well as the button. So now what we need to do, we need to implement a click event on this button. So inside the array we can just simply say that inside the array, because if we are not initializing the other.
Can we do the action on the code itself?
No, we can, but it is an individual one, so we need to look at the individual one. So okay, let me put in this one, but later on once you have initialized all 10 of them, then you need to put that code, this code which is I'm writing here, rb sub I dot set on click listener. It is a new on click listener. Okay, so actually this code is going to repeat itself here, here, and as well here. I am not putting here. Why? Because my other 6 radio buttons has not been initialized yet, and if I just try to access them and set the on click listener, it will say they are null and you are trying to set the null. You understand? So once you initialize all of them, then this code which I am writing here, it does not need to be written in every case. It will come after the switch line statement. Okay, so we have initialized, and what I will do here, I will just come down here and create another rb on click event, and this one is going to take a v as an input, the view on which the click event has been occurred. So we can say rb on click event, and we pass that v, and we copy this thing here, here, and here. So whenever this some radio button is being clicked, we are going to execute this code. And what we are checking, so we say int id is equal to v dot get its id. r dot id, that whatever that number, it's an integer value. Okay, so what I can check, if that id is double equal to r dot id dot blastoise, then image dot set image resource r dot drawable dot blastoise. And what else? Else, if id is double equal to r dot id dot bulbasaur, then we want to change this one to bulbasaur, and I just copy this part. If it is rb underscore caterpie, huh? No, if r score underscore caterpie, okay, so we can say that change the image to caterpie. If it is rb underscore Charizard, change the image to Charizard for Pokemon. And of course, if you, when you have the other one, you can just add these things. And if I just try to rerun the code here now it also have the events implemented. Is it clear? Any question?
Instead of the way you do, can you put like a tab where you can like click it and then it will show you a list where you can select things?
Yes, you can. The only thing is, instead of having these things, we need to put them into a string array, inside the array put I think spinner view, and then when you select, and then when you select it, you need to implement a different type of event, on selected, on item selected. So spinner has a different, here we are looking at a click view, but there you need to do it in a different way.
So it's smaller.
Yes, it will be a little bit smaller in terms of the GUI design, you can say that. It will be like one, just click down, list down, select the appropriate Pokemon, and it will change the image. Okay, so that is for today.